この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo, and I just had to wait an annoyingly long time for a trash truck to go by, but it is Wednesday, and so we are here for another episode of Flip Flappers. We're on episode 9. Last week on Flip Flappers, we found ourselves inside Robo World, or Mecha World, or whatever you want to call it, but I'm going to call it Robo World because it's the home of the Red Line race, and that makes me happy. Also, I titled the episode Machine Head because but yeah, we found ourselves in Robo World, where we met ourselves a tiny Napoleon complex ridden scientist who very much seems to be Hidaka, given the, I don't know, rigid mechanical nature of the environment and his very kind of chuny, gung-ho-y, super robot-loving kind of thing going on. So that was cool. And then much of the episode was kind of a love letter to like certain action scenes, and specifically a lot of super robot stuff. It had some cool big robot henshins and combination things and stuff, and it was bombastic and fun and kind of a blast. But there were also some other things going on here. We had Yayaka finally forced to make a choice, at least to explicitly make a choice. Do you want to help Kokona and Papika? And the answer turns out to be, at least for Kokona, yes, Yayaka does want to help her, and she is willing to go the distance to do so. However, the twins, the amorphous children, are watching her and observing this, and they are already suspicious, and she has been on thin ice for a little while, and she just, I think, shattered the thin ice by taking the side of the others, and also giving away the amorphous that they were trying to get. So that's not good for Yayaka. But I think this is the opportunity for us to go back in time a little bit and figure out who the fuck is Yayaka, and where did she come from, and how does she know Kokona, and what's going on here? Because we did get some images at the very end that showed like a younger looking Yayaka and Kokona. Yayaka didn't have the stripes in her hair, so looks like we're gonna have something about that. I don't know what though. And then there's Mimi. So we don't know who Mimi is at the moment. We've seen a couple of frames of her. But at the very, very end of episode 8, Papika slips up. She calls Kokona Mimi, and it's weird, and it's awkward. So here's my conjecture on Mimi at the moment. I think she is a real person, or was a real person, who is different things to all of our characters, but I'm not positive. I think, and this is my guess, and I think maybe I've got like one of these 3 right, maybe 2. If I'm doing really well, then I'll have 2 of these 3 right. But I think that Mimi is Kokona's mother to some extent. I'm not convinced that Kokona is a naturally born child. There's something weird about this whole situation that makes me think that she was like grown in a lab, that they're all grown in labs. The amorphous children, Papika and Kokona, all of them. But I'm not sure. I think she's her mother in to some degree. Either that's where they took her biology, or Kokona is a clone of Mimi, or something along those lines. I think that to Papika, she was her previous partner, but I'm not sure how that actually works out. And I think she was Soruto's love interest. I think I might have 2 of those 3 right, and I'm not sure which. Maybe only 1, maybe none, maybe I'm totally off base, who knows. But that's about as well as I can conjecture on Mimi at the moment, because we really don't have anything. We can guess that she's the lady that appears in the boat, but that's just a guess. We can guess that she ran away from Flip Flappers in order to protect Kokona at some point, because we see her carrying a baby, but we don't know why, and we don't know what happened, and we don't know how. It doesn't mesh yet. So there are a lot of questions about this mystery. Hopefully we at least take a couple of strides in the direction of getting some kind of an answer, or building up to an answer. But this next episode's title, I don't know what to expect from it, because the next episode is going to be titled Pure Mute. And again, we're sticking with the audio chain theme, but the idea of like muting the chain means turning off everything that's come before, and that's kind of scary. So I have like 2 lines of thought on this. One is that things go horribly wrong and our characters are put in a position where they cannot get word out, like they're muted. And then the other would be more like a soft mute, in that they're unable to communicate with each other for some reason. Maybe they're like actually within the same room, but they can't find the words, or they're ending up talking past each other or something like that. I would expect communication to be something of a factor, but I don't know. I think that's all I want to talk about here at the beginning. Let's dive into Flip Flappers episode 9, Pure Mute, and see what the hell is going on. So, we just ended with the scene where Papika called Kokona Mimi accidentally. Are we going to pick up again at that scene? I kind of doubt it, since we really frequently have those like ending credit sequences that don't tie into the next episode at all, and we're just kind of left hanging and wondering. I mean, like episode 1 had one, and it was never addressed. It might be in the future, but they just like robot people showed up and kidnapped a person, and it never happened. So that's weird. But I'm kind of expecting that we won't address that immediately, that maybe it'll come up a little bit later in the episode. Beyond that, I have nothing. Let's watch episode 9 of Flip Flappers and see what the hell we're in for. I've got episode 9 up and ready to go. It's 0 seconds. There will be 2 versions of this reaction. You can find a picture-in-picture version with the video up there, linked in the description. Timer-based version will be up on YouTube. If you would like to do a syncy thing and sync up your own copy with the timer-based version, you are welcome to do so. Just get your copy of Flip Flappers episode 9 ready, because the beep beep timer to count you down will be coming at you now. Okay, that's stark and empty. So we're finally finding out a little bit more about the Amorphous. Sending them alone? No, wait, who's the blue-haired girl? We saw her at the end, and we don't know who she is. A replacement? Why does she look so familiar? Oh boy. You have been replaced. Oof. Oh. They're giving her another chance. To just enough rope to hang herself with. The one inside? Like the one in Papika's, in Kokona's thigh? I'm not like them. We're nothing alike. All right, you can keep telling yourself that, Yayaka. I want to come out of the OP into deep flashback. That's what I want. I want to know where Kokona and Papika met. I'm sorry, where Kokona and Yayaka met. Because we go from this moment of choice by Yayaka. Now we can fill in the context for that choice, and then we can return to the outcome and the repercussions of the choice. All right, where are we starting? Nope, we're in present day, present time. Okay. That is, again, a really weird onigiri. She's the weirdest. Yeah, okay, so we are going to address that. Good. Fucking everything. Nope, there's one of those too. Ooh. Oh. Yeah, a little bit letting stuff slip there. I don't think Papika deserves your ire at the moment. But I do think you deserve some answers. Partly because I want the answers. Alright, hello, flowers. I thought that was a straw and she was drinking from the drinking from the flower vase for a second. I'm an idiot. Okay, we're back here. Yikes. This is awkward. Okay, they are talking past each other. Hey, she got her hoverboard back. When did that happen? Poof, poof, poof. Oh, Boo's trying to prevent them from fighting, but they're keeping on fighting. Well, if they go into a pure illusion and like this, things gonna be bad. They will be split. No. I'm sure it's a bad idea. Will she take the hand? Okay, she will. Because she knows that that's necessary. But what was that? That reminded me of Welwitchia. We're in space? Oh. She knows. Oh. Again, Stark. An empty world? Korapo. Oh. Don't split the party. Oh, hi. Oh. Ooh, having a blank empty space gives us a lot of freedom. Especially with the very visible guidelines up at the top. Ooh, we could do some stuff here. You did, but you didn't really explain much, so I guess we're in it. Ha. Ha. Hayaka. Okay. Yeah, you're my target. Oh my gosh, that little Jackie Chan. I'm sorry, little Bruce Lee there. Derp. You're amorphous. Oh, Buchan, you are not looking so hot. Ah, this is the defensive trap. Where is she? Where is she? Huh? Huh? Okay, they can see out. That was fun. Kokonao Ne-chan? Excuse me? Until? Okay, fair enough. What? I'm sorry, hold on. I gotta write that down. Coconut One-chan toto you. Fair. And can she retransform until she gets out? Probably. Okay, so we're stuck in a closed room. No apparent way out. Bruh, maybe... No. Oh. Nothing. Empty. Okay. Whose world are we in? Is this Yayaka's world? That would track. Oh shit, she looks tired. Oh, you smell something nice? Nothing. Empty. Oh. Evil. But smart. Now she's playing dead. Try and get her to give her something. Yeah. Maybe no. That little smile. Wait, what? Whoa, she's playing with Coconut. You are evil. I kind of like it. And because of the mute between them, it's a question of trust. But something about that feeling is causing the trap to react. Oh, the truth. I can't let you do that. Jealousy? Maybe. We need more context. Ah. There we go. That's it. There it is. Okay, show me. Show me. Take me there. Show me. She loves them both. She cares about them both, at least. Ah, there it is. All right. Finally. Hello? Where are we? Hi, Ayaka. Pre-hair. So they're coming to the same place for testing. Of some kind. Looks like a normal hospital. But, is it? Are those the same flowers that were in the vase that she was watering? They're gonna skip. To adventure and away. Reminds me of one of the poppies. Okay, fade out. I think they are the same flowers. Eh. Ha ha ha. Hello, snail. Uh-oh. Bayaka. Aww. Mmm. The echo on that. Yep. She cares about you. Don't listen to you use bullshit. Oh, and in a way, she's sacrificing herself. But the thing was reacting to Kokona's feelings for some reason. Maybe because it's in Yayaka's world. Right? That makes sense, right? You might not be able to read lips, but you could hear that. Boom, and it shatters. All right. The boundary between us is gone. The roiling, twisting emotions that were getting in our way, poof. Although we still haven't dealt with the core issue, which is who the fuck is Mimi? She was a plant? You belong with her? Ha! So, jealousy again. Big time. And last chance? Okay, what do? Going for it. That was a cool shot. And Coconut is not transforming. Instead, it's Papika versus Yayaka. Jesus. Yeah, so you know how I was like, hey, with the blank empty space, we could probably do some stuff. Hey, look, it's stuff. Shit. I don't want to fight you, though. Might have to fight her. I don't want to fight you, though. Oh. Okay. Okay. Whoa. Whoa. Fighting amongst their crystallized memories? But they're not from Kokona. They're from Yayaka, aren't they? They're her side of those memories. Ah, and now she's breaking them as Papika begins to appear and take her away. Okay. Defeated. And the other one, the one in her leg. Moment of choice, moment of truth. She can't do it. She can't do it. But then what? The twins. If you can't do it, the twins. They're gonna fucking kill you. She's gonna self-sacrifice? Yep. Bayaka. I think she's dead, dude. Well. She's holding the Amorphous. It's glowing. No, that wasn't. She wasn't holding the Amorphous. Okay, so I think we're in Yayaka's illusion. It's empty because she feels like she's empty. The elements of the illusion continuously try to separate Papika and Kokona and drive a wedge between them. But they also react to Kokona's emotions in the same way that... Yeah. It's like a love triangle where one character knows that the other relationship is better. You know? Like it hurts them and they don't want to let it happen, but eventually they have to get out of the way because they're impacted too much by the feelings of the person that they love to harm them by harming this relationship, right? Yeah. All right, we got a minute left-ish. What the hell are we going to have? Okay. We are bringing Yayaka into Flip Flap. Wow. Consequences from last episode's choice. Hi, Dead Boochon. Okay, how many more do you guys need? Not many. Nope. Did she... Well, that's one of three. That's real helpful. Pure jitter. Jitter in audio? Jitter audio. Time distortions of recording / playback of a digital audio signal. Okay, hold on. This actually could be something interesting. Or the loss of samples or blocks of samples in a digital audio bit stream. It's an artifact. Okay, so jitter is like a time-based artifact problem that becomes permanent, and it's either a sync loss during analog to digital conversion, or the loss of samples or segments of samples. So my thought is that the jitter that we're referring to here is probably in line with Papika's loss of some of her memories. She seems to have lost something. She didn't indicate any recognition of Kokona, and somehow maybe reverted to a point where she hadn't overcome the death or loss of Mimi? Uncertain. Repressed memories? Unknown. And then the whole ending sequence is Boo-chan just going boo, 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 and all the other characters doing the same. Very weird. Okay. Let me go through and grab some big blocky elements to work with, and then I'll go through again and look for more specific things. So blocks, walls, barriers are huge in this episode. Emptiness, void, vacuum, empty space. Yayaka's loneliness or being alone. I mean, from the first frame on opening, it's super stark and super empty, mechanical, white, silver, void. Yeah, if this is the location we open on, it's super clear that the world we end up in is Yayaka's world. Okay. And there is a new member for their team. This little blue-haired girl who looks really familiar. Why does she look so familiar? Is it that she looks like the sister Papika from the Papika episode? I think it is. I think she has the same hair. Now I'm intrigued. I want to go check. I forget which episode that was. I think it was 7. Art prep room. This is the one with the various eros. Yeah, okay. It's similar, but it's different. The hair is quite different. There's something else about this blue-haired girl, though. Something is really familiar about her, and I don't know what. Weird. Okay. But yeah, Yayaka is being replaced. She begs for a last chance and is generously given one, but it is very much a last chance. Immediately there is massive awkwardness between Papika and Kokona, which starts us off on our communication difficulties thing, and it all has to do with Mimi. Yeah. But something else, this about the carrots is weird too. Papika's really convinced that Kokona likes sweet carrots, and Kokona's very adamant that she doesn't. At first, my first take on this was that Kokona really doesn't. No, Kokona really does like sweet carrots, and she's just saying no because she's trying to like give the silent treatment of sorts to Papika, right? She's not trying to be nice to her, right? But what if Papika's memories are getting fuzzed every time she goes into pure illusion or something? What if her memories are getting fuzzed and Mimi is the one who liked sweet carrots, and she's confusing Kokona and Mimi, confusing elements of her existence? That's a maybe. It's an interesting thought. All right, so we've got these flowers. They are the same flowers that appear later in the episode, and she's watering them, which becomes a thing. Hoverboard is back, which is strange. Boo-chan is peeping, which is normal. And they are fighting, and you are mistaking me for someone else. You never consider my feelings. You never consider blah, blah, blah. And they start fighting. They start slinging insults and escalating at each other, and eventually it becomes big trouble. And they go ahead and join up, and out they go. And then there's this one frame with the eyes. Okay, give me a sec. I'm once again going to jump back. I'm going to jump to the Wowichia episode and skim through it to see if those look like her eyes. They kind of look like Wowichia stuff, but also not. Yeah. Real uncertain. I don't think she ever had all those eyes like that. So it's something else. Something weird. Okay, cool. Eliminate that as a possibility. That's useful. I don't know what that one shot is, though. Something watching? I don't know. Find them in another pure illusion. Chance. Found them. Bada bing, bada boom. And again, competition between our girls. Lack of communication again. And boom, consequences for that. And once more, the fact that we have this empty environment gives us so much room to do cool shots like this. Dope. Just dope. It's just dopitude. I am worried about you. So we grab the Amorphous, and all three of them end up entangled in a trap of twisting, moving... I don't know what it's supposed to be, really. It's like bandages, almost? Like cloth? Mummy-ish? I don't know. Maybe bandages, maybe cloth wrap. But I don't know. Okay, where's the little kick moment from Yayaka? Yeah, this. I love that. I love that. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. It reminds me of one of my yeah, so I went and found it because I wanted to. This is not really a spoiler. It's from the first episode of a season of something we'll talk about in a sec. But the little bounce that she does, where she like hangs her leg a little bit, that Yayaka does, reminds me a lot of this cut. And I said it during the reaction, but it also reminds me a lot of like stuff that Bruce Lee will do in his films when he's gearing up. And it's really cool. It adds a lot of liveliness and character to the moment of waiting and tension between bouts and between like bits and pieces. But what it reminds me of more than anything is this cut from episode 1 of Go Princess Precure, which is a really great cut. It's not terribly great quality because I just downloaded this from Sakagaburu, but she does this whole awesome running sequence. It's really good. And then there's this dope, right? Awesome. But then there's this, and duck and dive and dodge and flip and kip up and jump and spin and twist and kick. But then when she lands, and then she does this little bounce, catches herself. And where this video cuts off is really unfortunate, but she does this little bounce and catches herself and brings herself up into a fighting pose. Right? Bouncing back and forth. And just that little element there at the end of the fight adds so much character to her, and I think that the scene with Yayaka does very much the same kind of thing, and I really like it. So I know that it took more time than you'll actually see because I'll cut it, but probably not worth going and finding. But I really appreciate that kind of little detail added into fight sequences. It shows stuff. It gives us stuff. It's cool. All right. Empty world, hand over your Amorphous, trying to break out, can't break out. Ceasefire proposed. The fact that she calls her Kokona One-chan, I wanna hone in on that a little bit and think about that, because it's... I don't know, man. Maybe it's more true than we know. They called the other one the third Amorphous child, right? So there are only 3 that they know of. It's not as though there's one that they don't know of. So, ceasefire is proposed. Yeah, he's poking around with his screwdriver. We'll agree not to attack each other until we get out. Toto and Yu, and she drops her guard. Boom. So we move around. They're fucking with Buchan, which is weird. There's something strange about the room that they end up in. It's got the one window to see, or I guess the wall of windows to see outside. And then it's got these traditional, what would be paper screen doors on the sides. But instead of like tatami mats, as you would expect, it's got this weird, to use the word amorphous, red mass of a floor. It's weird. And it's also a weird combination of like Eastern and Western things. The Eastern wonderful painted screen doors, and then the more Western wood wall with the more Western arched windows. It's strange, right? And it's also strange that there's more roof above this, right? That's weird. Normally that's where the cutoff would be. Very weird. Okay, so they end up chasing each other. It becomes kind of goofy at the as we move along, as Yayaka can't help herself, just kind of has to fuck with Pavika, and then we start going for the amorphous. And what they're talking about is Kokona. Pavika is definitely worried about Kokona directly, and this sequence happens, and I mean, this is really weird. This is skeevy, you know? It's slimy. You can tell, like I'm reading their lips. You can't read lips? And she turns, and there's this little smile there. And her eyes are hidden when she turns. Yeah, it's a little ominous. It's something she can use. Yeah, if she can't read lips, I can incept whatever the fuck ideas I want into her brain and make her believe them. Oh yeah, Pavika's not really worried about you. She's more focused on food, which tracks, right? Oh shit, that's something that Pavika might actually do. So this becomes a matter of trust. And she decides to take it a step further, talking about someone other than you. Jealousy. Can I drive a wedge here? And it's working. Pavika. And then what was this? You can just... What was the end of that sentence? I don't know. But the whole trap begins roiling. Something's up. That's interesting. The amorphous takes priority, but does it? But does it? I love her, I love her, I love her. And then this. Who the hell are you? You don't even know her. You're just some rando. I've been with her from the beginning. But why were you with her, Yayaka? Because you were told to. Because you were assigned to watch her. From a young age. Why were you assigned to watch her? I think she's the girl that Mimi ran away with. I think she's been under watch by the Amorphous organization forever. Interesting. I wonder, maybe Flip Flap is a splinter group of the Amorphous organization, originally a part of it, and so they know about Kokona, that she was like their first attempt at an Amorphous child and was considered a failure. So if she was a failure, they would have wanted to dispose of her, right? So then maybe Mimi runs away in order to save her, sacrifices herself in some way. Maybe. Again, lots of bits of that are conjecture. That's a great face. Yeah, what the hell do you know about Kokona? I've been here all along. I'm worried about Pavika. Yeah, doesn't want them to fight. So, here we are at some kind of hospital going in for testing. And we make a friend. There's such a pain. And the flowers are there. What flower is that, I wonder? I want to say geraniums, but I don't think that's right. Let me Google geraniums really quick. Geranium. Oh, it actually might be. I might have nailed it. I don't think the leaves are the right shape. They're not that far off. For certain varieties. Okay, I don't know if that's what it is. I'll maybe look through a Hanakotoba chart and see if I can find it. Because I'm inevitably gonna take a break and probably watch most of the episode again. Okay, won't find us again. We end up on adventure. Things go dark. Scientists find us. Did you make a friend? Yes. And in that moment, Yayaka is genuinely pleased. Not because this is her mission to get close, but because she is genuinely pleased. Again, also windows. Windows and squares and grids are everywhere. That's interesting. Some really great shots. That one of Yayaka faceless in the void. But she still pulls through. And with all the bullshit that Yu is flung at your head, it's pretty hard to misinterpret this. Kokona! Yeah, it's hard to miss that. And so she doesn't. And so she breaks out. Shatter. Freedom. Reunion. And the truth that she was assigned to Kokona. And you belong with her? Was Kokona originally meant to be Papika's partner? I'm sorry, Yayaka's partner? Maybe. Maybe that was the original plan. They're the same age, right? Although we don't know if that actually matters because Papika is also the same age, but also not. I don't know. Where I belong. And then now there's someone else standing where I belong. Take Amorphous or lose your place again. I know. So she goes for it. And she starts trying to eliminate Papika. Locks them away, seals them inside a crystalline vault of sorts. Do it. Fight me. So she does. And as they fight, the walls become all these images. Yayaka as she was, the two of them as they were. And as they fight, she begins shattering those images. Breaking them away. And they start being replaced. She starts being replaced by Papika. Oof. There's another one. The one inside. She goes for it, but the memories are still there. The fact that she's losing her, it's not enough. She can't do it. And so she'll suffer. The weak one is Yayaka. The twins do not hesitate. They fire. The missiles come. Boom. Boom. Great looking explosions, especially against the stark white of the backgrounds. Pretty awesome. And Papika stands for them. A shield. So, we run back to Flip Flap. Pop her on Hidaka's back. Start working on her. Please save her, she's my friend. Still. And then on this side of things, the Asclepius cult is doing something. Papika awakens. Something is missing. Mimi is my partner. Not was, is. Where's Mimi? Mimi doesn't exist anymore. Fuck. Alright, I'm missing something. I need to go through again. I'll see in a minute. I know I'm missing something. But what? Okay, flowers. Okay, I'm gonna cut. Okay, let's start with the flowers, because they seem to be an important motif. I'm going to stick with my initial guess that they are geraniums, and Hanakotoba-wise, geraniums can, I mean, from various colors, they have various different things, but one of the main, like, definitions in flower language of geraniums is true friendship, which kind of tracks for this episode. So where do we see those geraniums? We see them, in the room where Coconut ends up, right? And she waters them. We see them in the flashback on the picture on the wall, and then as though they're preserved and like kind of like the cut flowers in the vase during the Gokigen Yo episode. They're preserved and static and frozen, an art piece. And if they are representative of true friendship, then we could say that their friendship is frozen, right? Maybe. Okay. And then they go outside. They find themselves in a field of these geraniums or these flowers. I'm not sure that they're exactly the same flowers necessarily. I'm just not sure. But they look like they're pretty similar. And they hang out there. Okay. And they don't really come back. Okay. Interesting. So not a ton there, but it seems to be at the very least symbolic. Okay. Then there's a lot of other stuff. Holy shit. So before we do anything, I just want to look at the cut at 750, which I wrote down for some reason. What was it about this cut that I liked? Oh, it's just the dope smears and crazy axe kicks and stuff coming out of Yayaka. Just a barrage of kicks and kicks and kicks and kicks and kicks and spins and fuck those smears though. There's a lot of really cool animation in this episode, and a lot of that I think has to do with just the fact that they've got so much room to work with, literally an infinite blank space, which is pretty perfect. Yeah, it's pretty perfect. Okay, so I just want to look at that cut really quick, and then let's talk about some of the other things that I've put down. Okay. So Papika's seeming amnesia. I'm not sure that it is what it seems to be. I'm a little bit confused by it. I'm not sure that she's losing memories. Maybe she's gaining them. That's a weird thought. And it seems like maybe there's some kind of link between the Asclepius cult getting more shards and Papika gaining more memories. I'm not sure that she's gaining memories. Something's going fucky with her brain, and her memories are getting muddled, and she's confusing Coconut with Mimi. But she wasn't doing that at the beginning. As they've gathered more fragments, she's started to do that. She started to think that Coconut is Mimi. Is that just because she's reobtaining memories of her partner and then associating those with Coconut and like is confused? And how long has this been happening? When did she start getting muddled? I'm not sure. Because last episode was the first time that it really struck us, right? Where she outright called Coconut Mimi. But the impression is that she has been getting more and more muddled in the head. And then what that leads to is she doesn't realize that she's getting messed up, right? From her perspective, everything's normal because all that's changing is her illusion, right? So she can't explain, she doesn't realize. And then on the other side, Coconuts unable to express her, I guess, resentment. Because in a partnership like this, or a relationship like this, one of the worst things that you can ever do in all relationships is to accidentally say somebody else's name while you're together. Like, you don't do that. It's a bad juju. But, like, this is a weird, confusing situation. She doesn't know what the hell Papika's actually talking about, and this raises a bunch of doubts and questions for her. Like, is she being replaced in Papika's mind by this phantom character that she doesn't even know exists, named Mimi? Who is this Mimi character, and why is she seemingly taking Papika away from Coconut? What the fuck, right? So, on that note, there's another, like, echo or mirror. Kokona feels toward Paprika as Yayaka feels toward Kokona. It's like a chain of misunderstanding and lack of communication. Yayaka feels like Kokona is being stolen away from her by Paprika. Kokona feels kind of like Paprika is being taken away from her by Mimi. Like she doesn't understand what's going on, and that's where our lack of communication starts. But then it accelerates quite a bit because Pure Illusion goes ahead and actually literally mutes them. It puts up a dividing line between them, and suddenly we're not only unable to communicate because of our own reluctance, we are restricted and unable to communicate at all. So Kokona at this point is left to just infer what's going on, and coupled with her own initial anxiety over the whole Mimi thing, and then you add in, you inject some uncertainty from Yuyu just knowing that she can mess with her and drive a wedge between them, and that leads to huge anxiety and big problems. But eventually, words be damned, Papika's feelings get through. And as I said, it's hard to misinterpret Papika like throwing herself at the window and yelling "Kokona." Come on, you know what's happening. And then something else really interesting happens once they break out. So this happens, goofiness. We kind of can see a world here where Yayaka and Papika aren't at odds with each other, where they could actually be friends, where maybe Yayaka could find a place to belong amongst them. Yeah. Yeah, inserting thoughts, incepting ideas, choking her out, and eventually the illusion shatters, the trap shatters, and we have another instance of self-muting. Yayaka creates this crystal ball, this crystal dome. What's interesting about it is that it encloses and it captures and holds things within, right? Like repression. It's kind of like repression, you could say. Yeah. So it's kind of a self-muting, right? This crystal dome. And then there's something else that's interesting about it. All of the thoughts that she has, all of the memories are all reflected inward. They're all like a mirrored ball holding it in, but that's also like compounding it and making it brighter. It's weird. Okay, so she self-mutes. She had the place to belong with Kokona. Papika is stealing it. Where at the same time, Kokona's place to belong is being kind of made weird and obfuscated by Mimi's existence, and eventually Yayaka tries to break through by shattering all of the happy memories of herself with Kokona and allowing them to be replaced by just the future of Papika and Kokona together, and she can't do it. She can't do it. Even breaking those memories, it's not enough. She goes for the amorphous, and she can't. Finally, I mean, we said that she made the choice in the last episode, but there was still another chance there. There was still another shot. And here, there isn't. She made the hard choice, the real choice, not to go for the amorphous. That her loyalty to Kokona is more important than her duty to the organization. And so, she's punished. Uh, Another interesting question. Blood. Have we seen blood? Like blood? The only time I remember seeing it was in the rain in the Gokigenyo world. Never like injuries causing bleeding. It's weird. It's a little less fantastical. A little more bleak. I don't know. Okay, but it seems like Yayaka's going to be okay. Maybe. At least partially. And then part of the reason that I was thinking that maybe the memories have to do with the shards is that at that moment when the thing goes into the thing, Papika awakens, right? And starts talking weird. Weirder. Okay. So then what does the amorphous that's inside Kokona do for her? Would she be as muddled if she didn't have it? Does it provide her with solid memories that don't get altered? And does Papika not have one like that? Something along those lines? Or is that shard maybe Mimi's shard? I don't know. I've got I'm in weird, way too many conjectures land, aren't I? Yeah, I am. Okay, let's stop there then. I think we figured out a lot of the like core gist of this episode. That it's about lack of communication, which we kind of assumed from the beginning, but we saw how it actually functions. That the pure illusion that we go to seems to be Yayaka's primarily, because of the association with the opening scene, the idea of emptiness and the personal struggles that she goes through within it, the fact that it reacts directly to Kokona's thoughts and feelings, that it tries to trap her and keep her separated away from Paprika, that all tracks. That Paprika seems to be getting memories back, not losing them, because of the shards going into the Asclepius cult, seems like a thing. Still don't know much about Mimi. We have found out that she's our partner, or she was Paprika's partner. We don't know if she was the girl in episode 1 who was lying dead. I don't think so. It doesn't really track, because that seemed to be happening on the same day that she went out flying, and like Paprika and Kokona was still like normal age and stuff, and yeah, that doesn't track. That was a different person and a different failure at finding a partner. Okay. Cool. Big choice by Yayaka. Big information on Yayaka and Paprika. Big information on the twins. Introduction of a new amorphous child, the little blue-haired girl who seems real creepy. A lot of failures of communication that end up being shored up by sheer emotional resonance and oomph. And some cool fight scenes. So all in all, I would call this a really good episode of Flip Flappers. It feels like we are charging in the direction of actually like putting pieces together and bringing us towards some kind of conclusion, whatever the hell that's going to be. But it feels like a recovery from what happened in the previous episode, where the episode felt really disconnected to me. Although I will say that a lot of the thematic stuff, especially around Yayaka, that happened in episode 8 does come and bear fruit in this episode. So I think this episode improves my personal score for episode 8, but I also think that this episode is just on a better track than episode 8. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. I'm excited for what is to come with Flip Flappers. It feels like we're moving in a direction, and that is all I could possibly ask for. I'm excited to see what happens next, but we will wrap there. So, me, Teeaboo, this Flip Flap, episode 9. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and I hope to catch you next week for episode 10. Peace.